Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And as you mentioned, we're scheduled to hear testimony on grid reliability in light of the power outages that we saw in New England last October after a historic event there. Alaska's had its kind of share of historic weather. We beat all of our snow records certainly in Anchorage, in many communities in South Central. The National Guard was called out to help uncover or dig out the community of Cordova. They got 18 feet in the course of a couple weeks there. I think they ended out the winter at 25 feet of snow. So it's been a long, tough winter. The good news for us is that it's melting. But we're here to talk about what role we may have in dealing with power outages when we have these weather events. It does appear that many of New England's weather-related problems last fall were at the local level. I am perhaps a little concerned that we may be blurring the lines between our proper federal role in overseeing the bulk power system and the historic state role in maintaining the distribution system. I do understand that FERC, working with NERC, has an ongoing inquiry into the New England situation. There's a final report that's expected just about 4 weeks from now. Possibly we would have been better served with this hearing had we waited until that report was finalized, because we could have seen what that federal nexus is for a full committee hearing, but we would also have had the benefit of our grid regulators' findings and recommendations. But we're here this morning. We must thoroughly examine our response to storm-caused outages so that we can plan better and prepare for the next emergency, because we know that there's going to be another storm that comes our way that will drag down the power lines. New England got hit with a record storm only 2 months after Hurricane Irene. The Northeast got knocked again this week with late spring snow. And the problem that we face is whether we're talking hurricane, blizzard, tornado, whatever the act of God may be, we can't know for sure the extent and the challenges until it actually hits us. But in working to ensure the reliability of our nation's grid, there are some challenges that we can foresee and for which we can take preventative action. I've spent some considerable time this Congress asking both FERC and EPA to balance electric reliability needs with the suite of new federal rules regulating power plant emissions. I'm now working on safety valve legislation so that the cumulative effect of these federal regs does not threaten electric reliability. Today, I'm hopeful, Mr. Chairman, we will have enough members before the committee to consider the two FERC nominees, Commissioner Norris and Mr. Clark. If they are approved by the full Senate, I expect both commissioners to uphold FERC's electricity reliability mandate, especially if another agency's regulations could adversely impact our nation's grid. Commissioner Norris has told us that he has, quote, encouraged EPA to consider the cumulative impact of their regulations. But unfortunately, I don't think that that's good enough. Only 2 weeks ago, the President established a national interagency task force on shale gas development to ensure that federal regulations are well coordinated and are not duplicative. I don't think that we need an executive order to get our agencies to work together, but perhaps we need one to maintain electricity reliability. At the very least, I do hope that FERC will immediately convene another technical conference to gather evidence regarding the cumulative impact of EPA's new power plant regs. So I look forward to the testimony that we will receive today and hope that we can learn from those who gathered. Thank you.